Hello, and welcome to Controlling Your Emotions for Your Children's Sake. I'm Liz Weaver of Learning Success, and I'll be your host for this exciting video series. This is an initiative to help you understand how your own emotions affect your children and what to do about it to raise stronger, more resilient children. In this video series, you will hear from educational professionals and parents alike, giving you a well-rounded perspective from a variety of viewpoints. This information will help you step up your parenting game and make life much easier on you and your child. In today's video, we have Jessica Dowling. Jessica is a provisionally licensed professional counselor in St. Louis, Missouri. She has completed research on self-esteem and eating disorders in both male and female populations. She has worked in inpatient treatment settings with patients of all ages. After finishing her MED in clinical mental health counseling, Jessica went on to open her private practice and works with individuals coping with eating disorders, identity concerns, motherhood, and childhood trauma. At this time, she is completing training to become an advanced psychodynamic psychotherapist. She believes that psychodynamic psychotherapy is so transformational for clients because it provides new meaning for recurring thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. For Jessica, working with parents is so fantastic because once parents begin to connect more into their feelings, their children follow suit. Jessica's video is about bringing out the positive emotions and regulating the negative emotions. Let's watch.
Hello there. So I wanted today to talk about two things actually. First is positive emotions that parents can really bring out in their children and keep continuous throughout 30 minutes to an hour. And then also I do want to talk about one negative side to parents' emotions, which is when parents become frustrated during temper tantrums. So I'll start with the positive, because I feel like it's always nice to start with something a little bit positive. So children at a lot of ages really love to go into fantasy play. And sometimes parents can be a little put off by this in terms of, I'm not really sure how to respond to fantasy play. Do I enter into fantasy with my child and just keep going until they get tired and they're ready to move on to something else? Or am I supposed to let it go on for a little bit, but then break from fantasy with them? So in what I've seen a lot of the time, it's fantastic when children really want to enter into fantasy with their parents. Maybe that means that they make you a character in a story and they're a character, and then you have tea together, or you go off and fight the bad guys, or maybe you're exploring for something and you're both adventurers. In all of these scenarios, what the child is really trying to do is understand where its control is in the environment. So a lot of times, parents have to tell their children what to do and what not to do. But in fantasy play, the wonderful part about it is that the child's positive emotions and the parent's positive emotions really come together, and the child is really allowed to take some control over the parents in terms of, I will pour your tea, I will be the one leading the expedition to find the buried treasure, maybe. Or maybe I'm the one that's taking us to the bad guy's lair, and I'm the one that's really going to get the bad guys, and you're kind of my sidekick. In all of these scenarios, parents really can get involved and increase the excitement that's going on. So maybe they add in more dialogue in terms of, oh, what about over there or over there, when looking for the bad guys? Or when they're having tea, maybe they ask certain questions about what their child thinks about the tea, or what else is on the table, or would the child like anyone else to participate with them? In all of these scenarios, the parents are really entering into the joys, the excitement, and the connection that is fantasy play. So with all of the parents that I see, I really ask them to continue into that fantasy play and really let it ride out for as long as reasonably possible. Obviously, if they have something to do, fantasy play has to end. But again, it's that if the child later on wants to re-enter into the fantasy and you, the parent, have the time to do so, it's a phenomenal bonding experience for both of you. Moving on to the other end of the spectrum, temper tantrums. Now, many parents know that temper tantrums can at times come out of nowhere, but there are a plethora of reasons for why these kind of outbursts occur in children. A lot of times what I say to my parents is, how are you feeling when a temper tantrum occurs in your child? Or how are you feeling when your child begins to cry, maybe in the grocery store? Are you feeling embarrassed, frustrated, angry? Maybe that the situation feels out of control to you and you don't know what to do? A lot of times what I like to say then is, how do you think your child is feeling right now? And kind of using the mentalization. So I'm going to go in my mind and try and understand how my child is feeling. When parents can get to that level of understanding of, oh, well, we haven't been home in a couple of hours and maybe they feel overstimulated right now, or we haven't hugged in maybe 30 minutes and my child really loves to be held and hugged and we haven't done that closeness in a little bit. Or potentially, maybe my child is just very hungry and we've been having snacks throughout the day, but we haven't been able to sit down for a really nice meal and share that together. When parents are able to kind of question and be curious about why these negative emotions in their child are happening, then their own negative emotions can actually begin to decrease. So maybe you start off feeling very frustrated that your child is having a temper tantrum in the grocery store and will not stop crying. And maybe you even feel embarrassed because maybe there aren't other people with children around and you feel like you're the only one there. Instead of directing your anger onto the child, maybe turn inward for a moment and just be curious and ask yourself, is my child hungry? Are they angry? Are they lonely? So maybe do they need a hug? Do they need kisses? Do they need pats on the back? Or are they tired? And then if one of those seems to be really present, thinking again of what you've done in previous situations to help your child move through the emotion. So instead of letting your anger build up or your embarrassment build up, it may be good to get on their level. Look them in the eye, rub them on the back, and ask a very simple question, which I think a lot of times during these outbursts we really forget, which is, what do you need right now? Or, it seems like you're really upset. It seems like you're really angry. It seems like you're really sad. What do you need from me? And allowing your child to have control over probably a situation it feels quite out of control of can actually help you reduce your own frustration and your own anger, because you're going to get to the answer faster, so that then you can help the child reduce what they're actually feeling. So I hope those two suggestions helped for today, and I hope that in either positive ways or negative ways, you're there with your kid, asking them lots of questions and getting to be and connect with them. Thank you.
Thanks, Jessica. That was a great video. This video has been part of the Controlling Your Emotion for Your Children's Sake initiative, an initiative to help you understand how your emotions affect your children and what to do about it to raise stronger, more resilient children. We've created this because this is an important subject that can help you up your parenting game. Please make sure to share the video and to use the hashtag CYE, Control Your Emotions, so we can find you on social media. If you would like to be part of this initiative and share your story or expertise on the subject, you can get in touch with us by using the contact form at www.learningsuccesssystem.com and put CYE in the subject line. Thank you for taking the time to watch and share this video. In case no one else has told you yet today, you are an amazing parent. I appreciate you for showing up and doing the work it takes to embrace your child's brilliance and unleash their potential. I'm Liz Weaver of Learning Success, and I'll see you in the next video.